and I don't know if Mike would have any clarification on that at all. Or does anybody have any comments?
Well, the only thing I can say from Bill's standpoint is they said that they put in their pros and cons and made the board aware before we voted and before it went to the membership, and their opinion hasn't seemed to change.
Bobby, is it as clear as you think it needs to be? Bobby, you're on mute.
Sorry. Okay, first of all, I don't think rules changed it at all. I think they only took it as it was submitted to them. So I don't know where that miscommunication came from. And no, I don't think it's clear. I don't think anybody, I think people have different ideas of what it means and what it's supposed to do.
Well, the reason I mentioned that about Monica is she did send me an email saying that what she thought she was submitting was that a new trait would only be a new color, a new pattern, a new hair length. But
I understand that, but I don't think that's what it said.
I don't think that's what she submitted. Yep. I know. And I guess we can't really, I don't know what we can do at this point. Jay?
I actually think that what Monica wanted was way too restrictive. We can't say that a new trait is only this thing or that thing, because who knows what's going to happen in the future and all that kind of stuff. But we don't need to deal with what Monica's intention was. All we need to deal with is this rule, and do we need to send clarification on what, can the elves be shown? Because I'm pretty sure that's what's going on with this whole thing.
Exactly. I'll throw this in there for those of you that are judges. If a naked munchkin was shown, can it be shown? If a short-legged sphinx is shown, could it be shown? Heather, I don't think we ever went out of committee of the whole, so I'm going to ask Heather to speak. Take yourself off mute. Go ahead.
Okay, it seems to have a little bit of trouble unmuting me. I have huge problems with this rule as written and passed on a genetics front. I had said my piece when the time the rule came out, saying this is poorly worded, this is a problem genetically. I assumed that because I'm a geneticist and I explained what I meant, that everybody, of course, was going to agree with me, and of course I was dead wrong on that. Even some of my fellow genetics committee members do not see the problem with it that I see with it. The problem I see is as follows. Every single aspect of type in any pedigreed cat is pretty much there as a result of mutation. Mutations from the original Felis sylvestris. So any cat that does not look like Felis sylvestris has had mutations and they have been selected for. In some cases, you can follow them very clearly, like in the Siamese breed group, there was a cat back in the 50s named Fantasies TC. He had a dramatically different head shape. From our knowledge of genetics, he probably had a mutation in one of the genes, perhaps a homeobox gene, that's involved in developmental formations of structures. TC was revolutionary, and all of our modern Siamese breed group descend from him in some way, shape, or form. Little things like the white coat color. The reason why white cats are sometimes deaf is due to a cochlear malformation that occurs as a result of the white gene. It is a structural change in the cochlea that causes the cats to be deaf. By instituting this rule, if we are to look at the actual nature of mutations and the fact that we can sequence them these days, every new breed that comes in that has, for instance, white coat color as part of its description, or maybe it has a straight profile, or maybe it has a caviar body, these may all be due to mutations that we may unearth within the next few years.